You know, rabbits can live 8 to 12 years. They are very social animals. They like being with people. They can be litter box trained. They often like to play with toys. You know, most rabbits like being petted, but they don't necessarily like being picked up and held for very long. It reminds them of being grabbed by a big bird and carried away. And the other thing about picking up rabbits is their bones are not as strong as those of dogs and cats. So if they should fall or jump out of our hands and land on their back, they could be hurt very badly. So we don't recommend that small children even pick up a rabbit at all. You should have a parent or someone who's experienced with rabbits and handling them to help you with that. You know, rabbits should be kept indoors as part of the family because they are social animals and they enjoy being with people, and it gives us an opportunity to really see what kind of wonderful personalities they have. So they should be living with us in the home, not outside in a hutch where we might forget about them. And they're subject to all kinds of weather conditions and big birds and animals out there. So we keep them as part of the family, and they can be kept in a large cage, even a dog crate, a large dog crate, like a 42-inch or 48-inch dog crate. They eat some rabbit pellets, just plain pellets, not with any fancy colors and seeds or anything in it. They need maybe a quarter of a cup to a third of a cup a day, and depends on the weight of the rabbit. And then they also need unlimited hay. It really helps with digesting food, and they need fresh vegetables and greens, and of course water. Or an exercise pen like what we have around here can work for a home for a rabbit. Rabbits also need exercise, so we can't keep them in a cage all the time. They need a couple hours outside of their cage, whether it's in an exercise pen like this, or we can open up the room and what we call bunny-proof the area, because you know rabbits have teeth. They have 28 teeth, and they love to chew, and it's important for them to chew on things like wood and other hard things to keep their teeth healthy, and also to keep their teeth from growing too long. So because they like to chew on things like that, we have to protect our home and furnishings, and we want to keep them safe from eating anything that would be harmful. So we'd have to cover wires, we have to cover wooden things that they might chew, like table legs, and also keep plastic things away from them because they can't digest those kinds of things.
Paper?
Paper is okay for them because they can digest paper. But see how much fun it is to pet a rabbit, and she just kind of loves it and melts here. So in addition to birds and wild animals, we also have to watch out for other things that you would find in the grass, like ticks and fleas and other things that could be harmful for the bunnies. And also, vandals, people who might break into a hutch or try and take the bunny away. Because rabbits are fairly quiet animals, they like a quiet environment, whether it's indoors, and especially the hazard of outdoors is that loud noises like a barking dog could literally scare a rabbit to death. They could get a heart attack from the loud noises. So we want to protect the rabbit from the loud noises outside as well as inside the house. We mentioned about the litter and the hay. What we do for litter training is we put litter in the litter pan, and we can use either wood pellets, which is what we use here, or something like Carefresh, which is recycled newspaper on the bottom, and then on top we put the litter. We use a combination of Timothy hay or orchard grass, sometimes oat hay. And the rabbits love the hay. They go in there and they chew on the hay, and it helps their digestion. And then while they're there, it helps litter train them because they do their business while they're in the pan, and encourages them to go in the pan rather than somewhere else. So that's how we litter train the bunnies. A lot of times we hear from people when they see our rabbits, they say, "My goodness, what a big rabbit that is." Because I think they're used to seeing baby rabbits in some of the pet stores, but this is what a rabbit looks like when they grow up. I think they're still cute. And when they get older, their behavior changes. When they're maybe 4 months old, they are like teenagers, and they start acting a little differently. Sometimes they can get very aggressive, and they might be spraying or going outside of their litter pan. And in order to help them, both medically and socially, to help them be better pets and to live longer, we spay or neuter the bunnies. So we spay female rabbits, like Roxy here, who was spayed recently. And it's really important to do that to extend the bunny's life so they can have a long, healthy life, because there have been some studies that show that a great number of bunnies by the age of 5 will develop ovarian or cervical cancer if they haven't been spayed. And it really does improve their behavior, and it makes them more sociable. Bunnies should be spayed or neutered somewhere between 4 and 6 months old when they start showing that they are maturing. Medical care should be done by an exotic vet because rabbits are special animals and they're different from dogs and cats. We recommend that they see the vet once a year for a checkup, and then as needed if the bunny gets sick, because sometimes they do get sick. They can get digestive problems, their tummy might hurt, or they might get a cold, just like we get a cold, an upper respiratory infection, and they get other things too. So the rabbit vet can really keep the bunny in good health by follow-up appointments and follow-up care. We recommend that when you are ready to adopt a bunny, that you adopt from a shelter or rescue group. Even if you don't see the type of rabbit that you're looking for, the shelter and other rescue groups might be able to locate a rabbit so that you can save a rabbit rather than from buying from a pet store, which just increases the number of homeless rabbits. This way, you're actually saving 2 rabbits. You're saving this rabbit, and you're opening up a space for another rabbit to be saved.